So it's time to start fixing and sort of tying together and finishing off the mouth and jaw section. I want to make up some webbing pieces that tie the upper and lower parts of the mouth together so that I can finish off the head so that it'll be ready to reattach to the body. I'm doing up a bit of a test piece here for that webbing bit that I was talking about inside the mouth. It's just a quick sort of experiment to find out what sort of stretch it has and to get the marbling and the flesh tone sort of looking the way I want it to look. And whilst that's setting, the grey piece that I'm making up here will be for sculpting in some of the pieces along this jawline. Now that this piece is sort of set, I think it's going to be a little bit too stiff for what I was after, so I'm going to use the thinner version of the stocking fabric. You can see here that stretched over the skull like that, it's way too thin on its own, but once I've added the silicone to it, it should give me the stretch and the look that I'm going for. So I'm pretty pleased with that. The other thing it means now is that I can remove that pin that was holding the jaw, and that holds itself together in its proper place and allows me to sort of manipulate that jaw around as well. I want to add in a couple of anchor points underneath his eye sockets so that it sits in the proper position, but that really is giving me that sort of fleshy effect that I was looking for. The other thing I want to do is yellow up the teeth a little bit. I've got some yellow nail polish that I'm going to sort of colour up the teeth a little bit. This is a little bit too bright, but I'm just going to put it on and then kick it back with some softer colours. Now that I'm getting pretty close to having his head sort of finished, I'm doing up a first base colour. It'll need another layer, and obviously I haven't added any colour to it yet, but this is closer to the base colour that I'll be using as my starting point. And it'll also act as the final fill-in layer that will tie all the parts together and hide all the seams and joints. So the final thing to do on his head is to sort of just glue these pieces permanently in place, and then I can put on his outer skin and finalise the corners of the mouth, and then it'll be ready for reattaching to the body. So once that dries, I can sort of pull out the plastic and trim around the flashing bits that I've created there. I'll also be able to trim up the little side bits on his chin so that they look a little bit better. But in terms of the overall sculpt of the head and mouth, that's pretty much getting close to being finished. So in the next video, I should be able to tackle the finishing up of the body, and then we can look at bringing the two parts back together. So anyway guys, that'll be the update for this time. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.